What's going on, family? Hey, listen, before we get to today's show, I want to remind you all that my brand new book, Take Your Seat at the Table, is in stores wherever you buy books at. Today, man, it came out here on the 14th of January. And I just wanted to remind you that, listen, the caliber of your financial future will be determined by the decisions you make today. And one of the key decisions you need to make is to take a seat at the head of your table, at the head of your life. Stop giving people the permission to tell you what to do with your life. Remember, ownership equals freedom. When we have ownership of our lives and our decisions, that's when true freedom, financial freedom, relationship freedom, freedom period, really happens. Listen, go to anthonyoneal.com/book, get a copy of this book. And if you buy this book here, I'm going to give you $2,000 worth of bonuses to help you fulfill your assignment and to reach your financial goals this year. Go to anthonyoneal.com/book, and let's get into today's show.
Some of y'all said, I can't, $35 a month, Boost Mobile, what? Ew. Prepaid services, ew. Okay. Be bougie and be broke. Bad. I want you to sit back and really think about this. What strategy are you following right now? Are you following the world strategy? Oh, if I see it, if I got the money in my checking account, I can get it. Are you following the strategy of, you only live once? Y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can put inside of an index fund. Y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can invest into a rental property. Y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can make work for me rather than wasting it just to say I'm with a particular company. That's the mindset difference between average people and wealthy people. You gotta be willing to have the uncomfortable conversation, to prevent an uncomfortable future. I want to get straight to it today. Today is going to be, I think, a day that is going to be needed. But I want to ask you this question from the very beginning. I want you to be honest with yourself. Are you satisfied with the amount of money you have inside of your savings account today? I really want you to be honest with yourself, because this is a safe space. Here at the table, we create a safe space to be honest with our feelings, to be honest with where we are. And if you feel like you're not where you should be, today's show is going to be specifically for you. Some of us, I think the majority of us are going to be like, no, but I think some of us may be, hey, I think I'm pretty cool, Ayo. Today's show is still going to be for you. I'm going to show you how to really change where you are specifically to your savings account. Okay, specifically your emergency fund, your savings for big purchases, your saving for a house, etc. I'm going to show you how to change and evolve your savings account this year in today's show. Because according to a bank rate survey that came out late last year, nearly 60%, to be exact, 56% of Americans do not have enough savings to cover a $1,000 emergency expense. So the majority of people watching this show do not have $1,000 sitting inside a separate account that is not associated with their checking account. Some of y'all may be looking at the show right now. I got $1,000 in my account. Yeah, but $1,000 will be gone by the end of next week because you got to pay rent, you got to do this, you got to do that with it. No. I'm talking about 56%, nearly 60% of American individuals, American people, do not have $1,000 sitting inside of an account that they do not have to touch for any reason. It's over half of us living one expected bill away from a financial mess. And this issue leaves too many people unprepared and financially vulnerable. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to say this way, and god daggone it, it's not going to say this way if I have anything to do with it. That's why I'm breaking down today 4 practical and effective steps to help you double or at least significantly increase your savings accounts. And these 4 practical and effective steps are the strategies that I use to get my money from a negative account to a surplus checking account and a good amount inside of my high yield savings account. So we're going to get to it right after this.
All right, family, before we get into the rest of today's show, listen, nearly 75% of you all are not subscribed to the channel. Listen to me again. 75% of you all are not a part of the E3 community. And man, and we are literally just expanding in the areas of abundance, wellness, and freedom. And that is the main focus of this year. So listen, if you're loving some of the content, you may not watch me every single week, but if you could just hit that subscribe button and be a part of this family, there are some extra perks that comes from just subscribing. We're giving out discounts in the AO store. We're having events solely just for the community, and you will get an email with the discount code and the VIP code and all the special things that's going on. So please hit that subscribe button, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on podcast, and I promise you it's going to be amazing. When we hit 1 million on YouTube, I'm giving away a luxury quality used vehicle to one of my E3 community members on July 1st of 2025. So listen, hit that subscribe button and let's get back to today's show. God bless.
The very first thing I want you to do in 2025 is I want you to learn how to automate your savings. Okay. I want you to learn how to automate your savings. You can't spend money you don't see. Automation keeps you disciplined even when you're tempted to spend. All right. You see, in the earn method that I teach, I talk about rendering the strategy you need to reverse engineer how to hit your savings goals. I want you to sit back and really think about this. What strategy are you following right now? Are you following the world strategy? Oh, if I see it, if I got the money in my checking account, I can get it. Are you following the strategy of, you only live once? Or are you coming up with a strategy? Are you rendering a strategy that is going to help you win by reverse engineering where you want to go? What do you mean by reverse engineering, AO? Good question. You got to decide on an amount based on your goals and schedule it for the right after. You got to schedule it right after payday, right? So decide on an amount based on your goal and schedule it for right after payday. For example, you got to open a high yield savings account. I recommend my friends over there at SoFi, who's offering 4% right now on a high yield savings account. So this means that as soon as my paycheck hits my account, I'm telling my paycheck to send maybe 10%, 5% to my high yield savings account. And then I don't even see the money because it just automatically went to my emergency account. It automatically went to my savings account for my down payment on my home. It automatically went to my savings account for the for my car that I want to buy in the future. You see, SoFi is an excellent option for this. A high yield savings account is a much better option than it comes to a traditional savings account because it earns you a much higher APY, aka a interest rate over the month. Make this I call it for me, out of mind, out of sight account. Set it and forget it unless there's an absolute emergency. Now, when there's an emergency, trust me, you will not forget that you got $5,000, $2,000, $10,000 sitting in another account. I promise you. Now, before we go into number 2, I want to talk a little bit about SoFi. You see, SoFi, they're going to give you $300 extra cash if you open up an account, but that account does have to be associated and attached to a checking account. So this is what I tell people. I would, if you already have a direct deposit, go into your direct deposit, go to your HR department and say, hey, listen, I want to have 5% of my funds direct deposited into this particular account. That goes into the checking account. That's going to activate the $300, right, that you're getting. Then you go into your checking account on SoFi and say, hey, move 100% of this money into my savings account to where now I can get 4%. Now you're letting that money just sit there. Here's what I love about this is that because you get the checking account on SoFi, I call this my out of sight, out of mind account. So if an emergency happens, I can move the money from my SoFi account, high yield savings account, into my checking account. I have a Visa debit card from SoFi. I can now use the money instantly. I got $300 for opening the account. I'm getting 4% on the money. It is FDIC insured, and I have quick access to the account. I will go to anthonyneal.com/savings and open up a checking and savings account with SoFi, specifically, not for the checking account, specifically for the savings account. All right, specifically to get that 4% high yield interest. Here's number two. I want you to challenge yourself to a no spend month. In the month of April, for Financial Literacy Month, I'm giving y'all 2 months advance notice. I am going to launch that month with a no spend month. We're going to not spend anything. We're not going to buy any once. We're not going to go out and eat anything at all. We're going to be cooking at home. We're going to have a no spend month. And every single day for that month, for the month of April, I'm going to be sending out financial information and financial wisdom. So that way, while we're not spending, we're also learning more about our funds. And I get it. This one is going to be tough, but it works. Every time I commit to 30 days without spending, man, I come back and I do go back to spending some money. But some of the things that I was spending money on, I'm like, I didn't need it. Like that first week, I was like, oh my God. That second week, I was like, oh, this ain't that bad. The third week, I'm like, wait, I was spending money on that? Fourth week, I'm like, I'm not going back to that. So in the month of April, we're going to commit to spending only on essentials: rent, utilities, groceries, and gas. But we're going to be strict. No online shopping. I'm sorry. No Amazon Prime. I'm sorry, ladies. No impulse of purchasing. And we're going to be tracking everything we do not spend. And watch your savings grow. Watch your checking account grow. Watch the margin. I talked about this on my last show. Watch the margin grow. And the more we have margin, the more we can invest, the more we can step back and have freedom. By the end of the month, you are going to be shocked by how much you were spending on unnecessary things. So I'm giving you about a month and a half of notice that we're going to have a no spend month. A no spend month is going to be amazing. So be prepared for that. And what I love about that is the no spend month, it allows us to help us pay off debt so we can get our credit scores even higher so that when we go to purchase a home. As a matter of fact, when it comes to your credit report, check this out.
All right, fam, let's have a heart to heart. You all know that I'm all about helping you get your money. But let me ask you this question. How's your credit report looking? And if you're being honest and you're saying, you know what, Ayo, I need some help, well, listen, I got something for you. Listen, I know credit can feel like this big, confusing thing, but with Kickoff, it doesn't have to be. They've designed a super simple, affordable way to help you build your credit, whether you're just starting out or need to bounce back from a rough patch. Here's how it works. Kickoff reports to the major credit bureaus to help you establish a positive credit history, and you can get started for as little as $5 a month. No credit check, no crazy interest fees at all, no hidden fees, just a straightforward way to improve your financial standing. And here's why it matters the most, because it is not just about a number, it is about financial freedom and doors opening up for you. Do you want that dream apartment? Do you want lower car insurance and even better job prospects? It all starts with making sure you have a good credit profile. So don't wait. Head over to anthonyoneil.com/kickoff. That's anthonyoneil.com/KIKOFF and start your first month for just as little as $1. Listen, it's anthonyoneil.com/kickoff, KIKOFF. You get it for $1. This gets you some lower rates, especially in 2025.
So here's number three. We talked about no spend month, all right? When it comes to no spend month, one of the key things going to really help us with that, and we're going to learn within no spend month, is number 3. If we're going to really see our savings go up, our margin go up, we got to go back and we got to negotiate our bills. I've shared this before, but it's worth repeating. So many of you, I'm playing this. So many of you and so many of your fixed expenses can actually be negotiated. And when I say negotiate, it means you may have to even go out there and look and compare. You see, reducing these costs creates more room in your budget for savings. Again, we're creating more margin. The more margin we have, the more money we can put inside of our savings account, the more money we can invest. I need you this month, today, this week. I need you to step back. I want you to write down all of your utilities, all your service providers, cable, internet, phone, insurance, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to write them down on a sheet of paper. And then once you write them down on a sheet of paper, I want you to go on Google and type in, for an example, cable. Give me a list, or go to ChatGPT. Give me a list of all cable providers. And give me a list of all of the amounts on a monthly basis. If you're still using regular cable and paying for cable and internet, you're wasting money. You should be looking into apps like YouTube TV, Hulu TV. There's so many different things out there you can look into and see what's best for you in the area that you have. You only should be able really be using your local providers really for internet. Your phone companies, why are you still spending $150 a month? Why? Why? Why, y'all? Oh, I be traveling a lot. I want to make sure I have good service. No. You ain't traveling that much. You ain't traveling that much. And if you're traveling that much, use Wi-Fi. Especially if you got an iPhone, use Wi-Fi. Call over Wi-Fi. I don't pay $150 a month for my cell phone service. I pay $35 a month. And I still have an iPhone. You got to get to the position to where you're asking for discounts. You're looking for promotions. You're looking for better rates. You got to compare competitor prices and use them to leverage to negotiate better deals. And if they can't negotiate a better deal, go with the best deal. Even a small reduction in your bills can add up over time. Y'all, let me do the math. I was paying $145 a month for cell phone service. That was $1,700 a year. Now I'm paying $35 a month, times that by 12. I'm paying $420 a year. $1,700 minus $420. I'm saving $1,280 a year, and I haven't skipped a beat in my cell phone service. And let me be honest, where there is, like when I am traveling, and sometimes it's not the best cell phone service. Like for example, when I went to Ghana, oh man, that was fine. I just got on Wi-Fi. And then I did FaceTime audio. Clear. But y'all, can I be real with you? I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to get me a little bit of, nah, man, I got to stop saying that in 2025. It's my show. I just got to say what I need to say in a respectful and loving way. Y'all, I wasn't hurting by $1,700 a year. Wasn't hurting at all. Honestly, I never felt it. But because I didn't feel it doesn't mean I should not have looked at it. Because I have a budget, and because I'm trying to create as much margin as I can so I can invest more, y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can put inside my kids' 529 in the future. Y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can put inside of an index fund. Y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can invest into a rental property. Y'all, that's an extra $1,200 I can make work for me rather than wasting it just to say I'm with a particular company. When you have companies who are doing the exact same thing, but they're just not as big so they can charge better prices. So why do I want to throw away money just to have it? That's the mindset difference between average people and wealthy people. I'm wealthy. Some of y'all saying, I can't, $35 a month, Boost Mobile, what? Ew. What? Prepaid services? Ew. Okay. Be bougie and be broke. Nobody knows what cell phone company you're using. No one knows what internet provider you're using. No one knows what insurance company you're using. I'm not saying go with the worst option that is horrible experience. No, find the best company. I'm okay with a B company for my cell phone service, as long as I have cell phone service in the key areas that I frequent the most. And that's really the United States of America. I'll go out of the country maybe once a quarter. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. As long as I got Wi-Fi, I'm cool. As long as I got cell phone service at my house, I'm cool. As long as I got cell phone service in this studio, I'm cool. As long as I got good cell phone service in the DMV area where I live, I'm cool, man. Let me pay that $35. As a matter of fact, I paid them for the whole year. Run the play. And listen, and we're going to put some of the links inside of today's show description to where if you want to check it out, check it out. Save on some money. Stop wasting money just to say I'm with this company. I love State Farm. I actually have State Farm right now, but I was with another company. And listen, my insurance quote is actually coming up at the end of this month. I'm going to look for who can give me a better deal. And if it's not State Farm, goodbye. I'm not thinking about it. I don't even see that payment come out of my account. I know it comes out because I put it in my budget every single month, but I can't tell you the last time I actually saw the payment. But watch this. Because I want to save more, because I want more margin. Oh, I'm finding better deals. And if they're the best deal, I'm gonna stick with them. But if they're not the best deal, I'm gonna get a quote. I'm gonna send it over to my agent. Like, yo, they can do this. Can you match it? Sorry, bro, we can't do it. No, it's all good. I respect the business. Sorry, you just can't keep my business. Hey there, new company, how you doing? I run the play. Run the play. Now, one of the things that I think we really need to talk about, and I want to spend a little bit of time here, is number 4, is we have to budget unexpected money. And I think we don't do a good job at this. Not I think, I know. The majority of us do not do a good job at this. And what do you mean by this, hey, yo? You see, when we receive extra money, for an example, a lot of you all are about to receive tax refunds. Extra money like bonuses. Extra money, I'm saying money. Extra money like cash gifts. We can't just go out there and just spend it irresponsibly. Here's something I want you to try for 2025. I want you to commit to at least saving 50% of anything that is unexpected that comes in. Okay? Listen, I know some of you have already spent 100% of your tax refund. Pause. If you're getting a tax refund, that means you're not doing something right with how you're filing throughout the year. We'll talk about that later. Back to the regular show. I know you already spent 100% of your tax refund, but I want you to go back to your budget and say, you know what? I'm going to put 50% of this inside of a high yield savings account. Sorry. Can I be real with y'all? Woo! Some of the brothers they gonna call me a simp on this one. They gonna call me a simp on this one there, Ed. They gonna call me a simp on this one. They gonna call me crazy. But ladies, some of y'all getting money from your man and you spending 100% of it. Put 50% of it up into a savings account. Hey, man, here go $100. You know, go get your nails done. Okay, cool, thank you. $50 in my account, $50 to help me get my nails done. Am I making sense? You see, this approach can significantly, and it will significantly boost your savings without affecting your regular budget. I want you to step back and like, you know, how am I going to steward? How am I going to maximize the season that God has me in? I have this money coming in. How am I going to save? What am I going to do with this extra money that's coming in? I'm going to put 50% of it. And if you really want to go well, put 75% of it up. If you're like me, if it wasn't in my budget, 100% of it goes up. 100%. If say for an example, today, I got a check in the mail. At the time of us recording this show is February. And if I got a check in the mail this month in February, 100% of that check goes inside of my savings account because I don't need it this month. So 100% of it goes into the savings account. And then next month, March, if there's something else that I need or I desire, I'll take 50% of it out of the savings account and I'll add that to the budget for next month. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I get a refund on some of the taxes that I overpaid on. Sometimes I'll get a refund, not a refund, but sometimes I'll get this check from a speaking engagement or from an affiliate payout or something like that. Like even for my business, if we get unexpected money, I don't add it into this month. I save it. When I go to budget for the next month, I come back and I add it. Okay, what can we do with this extra 50%? Because I'm not going to be a poor steward of the finances. I'm not. Here's the fifth and final thing I really want to talk about. It's a bonus thing that God just literally put in my spirit. How are you going to multiply your savings account this year? How are you going to put more money inside of your savings account this year? It's Valentine's month. Let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. Let me be honest. And some of you, especially specifically men, specifically my brothers and the ladies, y'all gonna hate me for this. Brothers, don't go out there and finance no Valentine's gift. Brothers, don't go out there and finance a Valentine experience. I don't care how beautiful she is. I don't care how much you love her. Give her the best love within your means. Don't go inside your emergency fund to impress the woman who you with. Because if she is impressed by you sacrificing your future, that's not the woman for you. And sisters, some of you all are amazing sisters too. And you all will go out there and finance this and put things on a credit card or even rob from your own future to share the love that you have for your loved one. And listen, I'm not saying let's not do that. And I'm trying to be very strategic on how I'm talking about this because 2025, I've shifted my perspective on certain things. But I really want to make sure that I say this. This month in Valentine's month, man, have a Valentine experience that's within your means and you're not going inside of your savings and you're not financing it. This means if you need to go have Valentine at home, a Valentine and cook dinner, have spaghetti, get her a card, brother, get her balloons, and y'all just have an experience at home, a godly experience at home. You know, that's what you need to do. But this year, if you want to see your savings going up, y'all, if you're seriously dating someone, I need you to sit down with them and watch this. This is going to help you get your savings up and have a serious conversation with them and say this, hey, here's what I'm working on this year. This means I may not be able to do the things that you may want to do this year. I may not be able to buy the things that you may want to buy. I may not be able to take you to places you may want to go, but I promise you, if we're dating with intentionality, if we're both aligned on, you know, building margin in our lives and getting out of this statistic that we are one of the 60% of people who cannot even afford $1,000 emergency fund. And if you and I are aligned and saying we're both going to make sure we put 30%, not 30%, but 30 days of our net pay inside of a high yield savings account, babe, we can do some amazing things when we get married. Babe, this is going to help our future start off with a solid foundation. You got to be willing to have the uncomfortable conversation, to prevent an uncomfortable future. But some of us are unwilling to have the uncomfortable conversation. And then we get to our future and we wonder, why is it so uncomfortable? Well, because you did not want to tell the people in your life, the people who you're dating, the relationship that you're in, that, hey, listen, y'all, I'm sorry, I can't spend money here. I'm sorry, I can't take you on this trip. I'm sorry, I can't pay for your hair and your nails. I'm sorry, I can't do this right now. But I love you. And if you love me, you'll help me get there. And when I get there, I'm going to take care of you. You do that, man, your savings is going to grow. You do these 5 things, your savings are going to grow. It reminds me of the scripture in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 20. It reminds me of the scripture in Proverbs 21, verse 20. The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but the fools gulp theirs down. Whoever pursues, watch this, verse 21, whoever pursues righteousness and love finds life, prosperity, and honor. This is why I love reading the scripture, and not just reading just only the scripture, but the one before or the one after, so we can get correct context. Let's go back up to verse 20. The wise store up choice food and olive oil. Clause A. The wise save. The wise get a check for $1,000 and they'll put up $250. But the fools gulps their down. But the idiots get $1,000 and spend all $1,000. But whoever, you and I, pursues righteousness, pursues the biblical way of life and love, we will find life, we will find prosperity, and God will give us honor. He will honor the desires of our heart. He will make sure that we're not lacking for anything because we're pursuing righteousness by making sure that we're saving, that we're investing, that we're living below our means, that we're creating the margin. It reminds me of the quote that Warren Buffett says, and he said it so beautiful. He said, listen, do not save what is left after spending, but I want you to spend what is left after saving. Say it one more time. Don't save what is left after spending. I want you to be intentional about having a budget and assigning an assignment to your money. And after you save, you spend what you need to spend. This is good. Listen, your financial future depends on the decisions you make today. These 4 steps, actually 4 plus a bonus one, are not complicated, but they do require dedication, discipline, and commitment. If you stick with them, I guarantee you'll see growth in your savings this year. Listen, I want to end the show with this, and I'm going home because I got to teach a class. I believe in you. I know without a shadow of doubt, I know for a fact that this is going to be the best year financially for the majority of us. I need you to get your mind ready for April of 2025. I need you to be prepared for what we're going to do. Because next month in March, we're going to be having sign-up sheets. I'm even going to have you sign a commitment, a contract with yourself, that I agree that I will go on a no-spend challenge for the entire month of April, that I will read every email that comes from Anthony O'Neill. So as I'm not spending, I'm growing my mind mentally. So when I get into the month of May, I have more money inside my savings, but I also have more wisdom and knowledge on how to progress for the rest of this year from a financial perspective. And if you do this, your savings are going to get up. There's 2 main things I need you to do right now after this show. Number 1, go to Kickoff, because I believe that you are going to position yourself this year to be a homeowner by the end of this year, going into next year. And to be a homeowner, because you're going to have savings, you're going to have a good money, a good set amount of money going into next year that will position you to be a homeowner, right? But in order to be a homeowner, not only do you need money, but you need to make sure that your credit profile is in a good place. And this is where Kickoff will help. So go to Kickoff, sign up. Let's start getting, okay, your credit report ready. Then number 2, I need you to go open up a high yield savings account, because if we can put $5,000, $10,000 in there to go towards, your down payment on a home, why not get an extra $500, $600 for your money just sitting there? Do those two things today. This is that year, y'all. This is that year that we're going to change some things around. All right? I can get to class. You got this. I'll see you in the next show. Peace out.